You are standing in a room full of people. Music is playing. Glasses are clinking. Voices are everywhere. And somehow, in the middle of all of it, you feel completely alone. Not just a little disconnected, genuinely, achingly alone. And the strangest part? You cannot explain it. This is not a personality flaw. It is not shyness. It is not something broken inside you. What you are feeling has a name, a cause, and a history stretching back hundreds of thousands of years. And once you understand it, you will never look at a crowded room the same way again. The feeling is called social loneliness. And it is not about the number of people around you. It is about something far deeper. Something your brain is searching for, constantly, even when you do not realize it. Here is what your brain is actually doing in that room. Your nervous system evolved over millions of years in environments where the wrong social signal could get you killed. Not metaphorically, literally. If you were cast out of your group, you died. If you misread someone's intentions, you died. If you failed to bond with the right people, you were alone in the dark with predators. Social connection was not a luxury your ancestors pursued. It was survival infrastructure, as essential as food and water. Neuroscientist John Cacioppo spent decades studying loneliness at the University of Chicago. What he found changed how scientists think about the human brain. Loneliness, Cacioppo discovered, is not an emotion. It is a biological signal. The same way hunger tells your body it needs fuel, loneliness tells your brain it needs something specific. Not just people, meaningful, safe, reciprocal connection. And this is the key that unlocks everything. When you walk into a crowded room and feel nothing, or feel worse, it is because your brain is running a continuous scan. It is not counting heads. It is evaluating signals. Eye contact that holds. A laugh that responds to your laugh. A conversation where someone leans in. Your nervous system is looking for proof that you belong. Proof that if things went wrong right now, someone in this room would notice. Someone would care. And when it cannot find that proof, the alarm goes off. That alarm is loneliness. In 2015, researchers at Brigham Young University, led by Julianne Holt-Lunstad, published a landmark meta-analysis of 148 studies covering more than 300,000 people. The finding was startling. Loneliness increases your risk of early death by 26%. It raises blood pressure. It disrupts sleep. It floods your body with stress hormones. Your brain treats it the same way it treats physical pain. Because to your nervous system, social disconnection is an emergency. Think about that. Your body responds to loneliness the same way it responds to being punched. And here is where it gets strange. Here is the counterintuitive part that most people never discover. The modern world has given you more social contact than any human being in history. You can reach hundreds of people with a single message. You can see the faces of friends on the other side of the planet. You are surrounded by more humans, more often than your ancestors could have imagined. And rates of loneliness have never been higher. The United States Surgeon General declared loneliness a public health epidemic in 2023. More than half of American adults report measurable feelings of loneliness. In the United Kingdom, the government appointed a minister for loneliness. Japan did the same. These are not countries running out of people. They are countries running out of something else entirely. So what is missing? To understand that, you need to go back. Not years, not decades, thousands of years. For the vast majority of human existence, your ancestors lived in small groups. Archaeologists and anthropologists estimate those groups averaged between 50 and 150 people. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar famously calculated that the human brain is structurally optimized to maintain close relationships with approximately 150 people, not 10,000, not 1,000, 150. And within that group, your ancestors knew everyone, not as profile pictures, not as names on a screen, as people they worked beside, ate with, slept near, and relied on every single day. In those groups, you knew who was trustworthy. You knew who would share food in a bad season. You knew, without thinking about it, exactly where you stood. Your brain did not need to scan for belonging. Belonging was the water you swam in. Now stand back in that party. You are surrounded by people your brain cannot fully read. You have not spent 10,000 hours learning their subtle expressions, their humor, the way they sound when they are worried. The social information your nervous system was designed to process is not there. The shortcuts your brain evolved to use do not work. And your brain, doing exactly what it was built to do, flags the situation as dangerous. This is why you can feel more alone at a party of 200 strangers than sitting quietly in a room by yourself. Solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is chosen. Solitude is safe. Loneliness is the signal that something your brain requires is absent. And quantity of people never satisfies that signal. Only quality does. Psychologist Robert Weiss identified this in his foundational 1973 work on loneliness, separating what he called social isolation from emotional isolation. Social isolation is a shortage of people. Emotional isolation is a shortage of intimate connection. You can suffer from emotional isolation in the most crowded city on earth. And the research since Weiss has confirmed it over and over. The most painful form of loneliness is not being alone. It is being surrounded and unseen. There is something your brain is searching for. Researchers call it felt sense of belonging. It is not about proximity. It is about mutuality. It is the felt knowledge that someone else is tracking you, that they notice when you are off, that their mood shifts when your mood shifts, that they would reach out if you disappeared. Your nervous system, below any conscious thought, is looking for evidence of that. And when it cannot find it, the signal fires. Now here is what no one tells you.